I was adopted from Korea when I was 3 years old. Growing up in Texas, people saw a white American girl who happened to look Asian. What they didn't know was that my parents made sure I stayed fluent in Korean. To the world, I was whitewashed. To my new math teacher, Mrs. Park, I was a banana, yellow on the outside, white on the inside. For a month, Mrs. Park used my classroom as her personal stage for cruelty. She'd look at me and mutter in Korean, "Another fake Korean," or "Adoptees are usually stupid. She must be cheating." She even encouraged the other Korean students to join in, praising them in our native tongue for keeping their culture pure while they mocked the way I held my chopsticks. She felt safe behind a language barrier she thought I'd never cross. During parent conferences, she was a chameleon. She spoke perfect sweet English to my parents, then turned to the Korean parents and whispered that I was a disgrace to our people and that adoption should be banned. The breaking point came during a group project. She paired me with a student and told him in Korean to do all the work because the adopted one would just mess it up. I didn't blink. I just looked her dead in the eye and said in perfect Korean, "I may be adopted, but at least I'm not a bitter teacher who bullies children." The room went so silent you could hear a pin drop. Mrs. Park's face didn't just turn white, it turned translucent. I didn't stop there. I switched to the most formal, respectful version of Korean, the kind you use with elders to make my words cut even deeper. I told her I had been recording every single insult, every date, and every time she used her culture as a shield for her hate. She started begging. She told me she'd lose her visa if she was fired. I told her she should have thought about that before she started mocking children in a secret language. When she tried to tell the principal I was being disruptive, I just walked into his office and pressed play. The principal, a Korean American himself, listened to her voice calling his students horrible names while he sat there with a clenched jaw. By lunch, she was escorted out of the building. It turned out she had been fired from 6 other schools for the exact same thing, targeting adopted kids because she assumed they were broken and wouldn't understand her. The Korean American Teachers Association sent me a formal apology, and every student who laughed had to sit through months of sensitivity training. Mrs. Park wanted to teach me a lesson about purity, but I ended up teaching her one about respect.